Earth, the planet that we live on, home to nearly 10 billion people. But is it home to all of us? Some of us are not from here, and we know it. Maybe not consciously, but on a subconscious level, we know we don't belong here. So where did we come from? Which galaxy did we originate from? Who are our original people? We have to ask ourselves, are we from the Milky Way galaxy or from somewhere else? We are on a constant journey of searching where we belong and why we exist in the first place. But are the explanations from earthly religions going to answer these questions for us? So many people these days have questions of life and existence, but are left empty with only more questions after following some earthly belief structure for years. We also wonder, why are some people born with incredible talents and seemingly have an advantage over others intellectually, and some fall short? Do we reincarnate and learn through our existence, giving us an advantage in our next lifetimes? Or do we live only one lifetime and go to heaven like religion tells us? Some people believe we're in a simulation and our lives are being controlled by powerful beings. Some people believe that a creator deity presides over us and dictates every aspect of our lives. Or do we have control over our own lives completely, and we decide every aspect of our existence? We live on a planet that's shrouded in mystery with ancient structures that were built, but we have no definitive way of explaining how this was accomplished. Did other people from another planet come to Earth in the distant past and help our ancestors build these megalithic structures? Also, do ghosts exist, or are they figments of our wild imaginations? Have the hundreds of sightings of Bigfoot and other cryptids been fabrications of people that were seeking attention? Or have they been here with us all of this time? We also have to ask the question about our genetics and why we are so barbaric and warlike. Were we genetically manipulated by other human beings to be predisposed to barbaric tendencies? Have other humans and people from the great expanse of the cosmos been coming here for millions of years, and people are only denying this fact? I'm going to delve into these things: reincarnation, spirituality, existence, UFO encounters, the paranormal, science, genetics, and the future on live stream, and discuss with you, the listeners, and try to figure out the truth of all these mysteries. And maybe, just maybe, we'll find out together that we are all not from Earth.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully the volume's on. Accidentally turned the mic off, but yeah, I'm coming on live a little bit later than I expected. Um, I was gonna do it at 9 p.m., but I got so overwhelmed with keeping up with the news and trying to put together a presentation and PDFs for meditation pyramid and all that. But those of you that you haven't watched any of my episodes, I talk about UFOs, spirituality, reincarnation, um, pretty much anything. Last night, pretty late last night, I did a episode, Freaky Friday. Um, First one. I want to try to do that one episode per month. Just about supernatural stuff, witches, vampires, urban legends, ghost stories, stuff like that. Um, yeah, that was kind of fun. Created like a new intro for that. I'm gonna kind of work on that a little bit, see if I can improve it. But um, yeah, so the title is World War III has started, guys. It officially has started. Um, I was a couple hours ago. I was catching up on the news, looking at things. I guess I was right. I guess I'm not the only one that was right. Other people are saying that this is inevitably going to lead to World War III, and it has officially started. People haven't declared it yet, um, but I can tell you that this that's going on in Iran, um, this is inflaming Europe, and is inflaming Russia and China. They have officially gotten involved with this. So um, I have mentioned, people that I work with. That's what's going to be the beginning of it. I haven't really talked too much on the podcast about that. About when Russia and China get involved, that's going to be the beginning of World War III. So Russia has officially declared that it's stepping in. It's helping out with blocking drone signals. They're also sending submarines over there to the Strait of Hormuz. Um, China's also sending submarines, and right now, as I'm talking, Putin and Xi Jinping are on the phone talking about the next steps, um, sending soldiers over there. So Putin is going to probably put the war with Ukraine on hold, and he's going to focus his attention in the Middle East. Um, so there you go. You've involved America and Israel has provoked two of the most powerful superpowers in the world. And I'm telling you, do not underestimate Russia. Do not underestimate China. They have been, you know, preparing for this for a better part of 20 years. Xi Jinping, I've gone on and said that he is the most intelligent leader. Um, Vladimir Putin is intelligent also, but he has a lot more intelligent advisors backing him up. He has all sorts of scientists and political experts and people that are experts in financial system, weapons. Russians are highly, highly intelligent. Chinese are highly, highly intelligent. Um, there were some things about Xi Jinping has lost control of his army. No, he hasn't. No, that's misinformation. That is clear propaganda. That man has full control over his military, all of his weapons, the government. Everyone's calm over there in China. This is the calm before the storm, guys. That's what happens whenever there's a tornado or hurricane. There's always like a calm before it. Um, People reflect on the next move that they're going to make. But the thing is, Israel and the United States, they haven't given them any other choice. This is going to hit their, bottom line, their finances. Um, it's gone up to like $700 per barrel of oil. Um, it was at like 500. It was at like 200 at the beginning of the year, and that's a lot. That's a tremendous amount for one barrel of oil. So yeah, the stock market is on its way down. It's getting ready to crash. So what that means is the American dollar is going to crash with it also. Um, this is absolutely unbelievable. I could tell you the next steps is going to be determined this weekend by China and Russia. They're already staking their claim for Iran, going on saying that Israel and America are wrong for this. They are wrong. They provoked Iran. It's because Israel wants to destroy the Arabic peoples. That's what this is about, and they're being led by the Rothschilds, the bankers for the Catholic Church. This is what they've wanted all this time. They've wanted all this negativity and nonsense, and they think that somehow by creating a worldwide conflagration that they're going to get what they want out of this. They're going to, somehow be on top. I can tell you right now that um, if anyone from Israel ends up listening to this, you did this to yourselves by being hateful against the Arabic peoples. And also, the Rothschilds are going to dump you like yesterday's trash. They don't care about that. Majority of the Rothschilds don't even live in Israel. They live in England and they live in France. Some live in Spain. Some live in Italy. They're not anywhere near that. They're just supporting, the Jewish people because they have Jewish ancestry. That's the only reason why. Also, there's another reason. It's because of the intelligence, the tech that Israel comes out with, the surveillance and all that, and they have spread this, and they're also having these. They infiltrated American politics. This is the reason why, because um, Israel has literally invaded. They invaded Hollywood. They've been doing this for decades. They control Hollywood. They control the movies out there. If you speak against anyone from Israel, you're anti-Semitic. I'm not a racist person whatsoever. I couldn't care less if you're from Israel, if you're from Iran, if you're from Afghanistan. Who cares? You're a person. I don't. And everyone goes around saying, if you make any sort of comment, you're anti-Semitic. Holy crap! No, no, you're not. You're just speaking the truth because they're hateful. They control the food supply in America. They're putting human beings into the food supply. They control politics. They control the movies. Come on, people, America, you let this happen. You let negative individuals come in and infiltrate and work their way into every facet of society. And then now people are you know shocked and surprised at what's going on. This is inevitably it's heading to nuclear bombs flying around the world. There's no coming back from this. Um, there's no one that can stop this. That's the thing. It's past the point of no return. And you know what? Donald Trump is one of the biggest idiots that has ever stepped up to the presidential plate. So is everyone else that he surrounded himself with. Pete Hegseth, or however you pronounce his name, a racist Nazi controlling the military. Nobody even in the military likes him. Everybody hates his guts because he's a moron. That's why he's an absolute, complete moron, and he just loves barking orders, wearing those tight suits or whatever. He's not even insulting people about being overweight, and he's not in perfect shape. You ever seen him without his shirt off? He's not in perfect shape, and he wants to insult people. And I saw that one social media video where he was like bench pressing over 300 pounds. Get the heck out. There's no way that he can bench press 300 pounds. Those weights were light. So, you know what? You want to put on some, macho bravado and put that on social media. You lift 300 pounds. Come on. There's a Russian guy named Anatoly. He can lift like 500 pounds. He's like 5'9", in perfect shape, and he's strong. He's developed his muscles and ligaments and tendons, and he can lift far more than he can with one arm. And he does it like these prank videos, going to gyms and pretending to be a janitor, pushing that broom around with the weights on it, and then because he's actually strong, he actually works out the right way, working out his flexibility and his muscle. He's strong. He's strong. Pete Hegseth is just a pretender. He's just a little boy, insecure boy, in expensive tight suits with his hair slicked back. So whatever. You know what? You're complicit in destroying society and destroying this world, guys. There is no getting out of it. These people have pushed everything to the absolute extreme. They have pushed it to the brink. Um, Even if they wanted to get out of it, there's no way of recovering from this. The stock market is going to continue to crash. The U.S. dollar is going to continue to crash. Now, gold and silver and platinum are declining. So if years ago you bought like actual, physical commodities like gold, silver, and platinum, it's not going to be worth much. It's going to be worth more than the U.S. dollar, but it's not going to be worth much. Um, and all the money that you have in your bank account, The way that it works, the banks borrow that money and they multiply it for themselves. They loan it out. It's just a money laundering system. That's all it is. The banks. Um, I'm not an expert at the financial system. The financial system is so over convoluted. I don't really even care to do too much research about it, but um, there are other people out there that are, uh, bigger experts at this. But I do know something about it. And that's the way that it works. You deposit money, and they use your money right away to multiply their money. And there's also like a little trick you can ask to receive like the uh, what is it called? Anyway, it's like money that's accrued percentage or whatever. You can ask to receive that, but I saw some videos people asking for that and at the bank, and people tell them to get lost. So I mean, it will work sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. You can capitalize on that interest. It's called like something like a settlement interest or something like that. I need to look more into that. But yeah, unfortunately, as of today, Russia and China are officially involved in this. You have to take into account, um, you know, all the moving pieces that it had to take for them to step in and say that they are involved. China has not, technically um, said as much as Russia has, but Russia has, and they are very, very close friends. So they've been Putin and Xi Jinping for the last like over a decade have been communicating back and forth, planning for this. They knew that the Illuminati was planning this the whole time, um, and currently the yuan is valued, you know, the valuable currency right now, as the dollar declines, and so that's it. Yeah. Also, another bit of news. Pam Bondi was like in with the Senate Oversight Committee today too. She can't start yelling out. If you guys have seen the videos with her on the internet or social media, her response is she can't answer a question, yes or no. Everyone asked her answer the question simply. It's either a yes or no. And then she looks through her little her burn book or whatever it's called. You always see her looking down at this book. It's literally a play by play. Whatever question that they ask, it has several options of her response. She thinks like she's an expert at psychology or something. No, she isn't. She is a very, very insecure person. And her response was, um, to about these Epstein allegations. Who cares about that? The Dow is at 50,000. It's at 50,000, yelling like at the top of her lungs, yelling at that. Nobody asked you about what the Dow's at. They didn't mention anything about the stock market. Um, but she is so strange. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna explain what's actually wrong with Pam Bondi. She's a lying, you know, corrupt witch. Um, the thing is, she was groomed by Jeffrey Epstein. There's proof of that. Um, that's where she came from. She came from Florida. Epstein had his, place near Palm Beach, and that's where he was, centered his operation. The Epstein Island wasn't necessarily the center; it was in Florida, despite what people believe in. He also had a ranch out in New Mexico, in the middle of nowhere, and the people who currently own his ranch, they're child molesters also, and they won't let anyone come in and look at the evidence and all that stuff. They probably got rid of it honestly, um, as soon as they found out that people were going to investigate, photographs, everything that was in Epstein's house out there in New Mexico. But um, she rose up years ago in Florida, and she got Epstein off of charges and got him like a sweetheart deal where he had like a year of house arrest with a monitor, someone that was uh, you know directly um, convicted of child molestation directly. He did not go to jail at all. When they apprehended him, he did, but he did not serve any time in jail. She got him off. So did Alan Dershowitz did, and I forget that other guy's name. But she rose up. She got noticed then, and she was groomed. You know, to be the attorney general. So she's been involved with all that. She's gotten Donald Trump off of rape charges. Also, what it is she's psychologically damaged. The woman, on the surface, she may seem like she's intelligent. She has a little bit of intelligence, but um, she suffers from bipolar disorder. It's a clear indication. She also has other psychological disorders. So with bipolar disorder, um, it's not like I'm not going to explain the textbook definition of it. If you want to know the textbook definition, you can Google it or whatever. But I'm going to explain the neurological processes that happen with bipolar disorder. So it's a form of egotism. Um, a person that suffers from this, they are traumatized. They are psychologically and emotionally traumatized. They give way to delusional ideologies. At first they go through a powerful traumatic experience, and they develop another personality. So their actual personality is in this, like, it underlines like beneath the surface, but they've created this alternate persona, um, which stems from insecurity. And that's why people that are bipolar, they lash out. They start like almost like Tourette syndromes. They start getting angry and frustrated at people. They cannot control that second persona. And some people, it's not, I don't like the term bipolar, because people can develop two or three or four different personalities, and their underlying personality suffers from insecurities, lack of self confidence, lack of you know actual intelligent thought, realizations and cognitions. Um, so they develop these alternate personas because of that emotional trauma, and they feel like their new persona has to be overly aggressive to protect themselves. So you put that on top of the fact that she was, like, sexually abused also, 'cause she was passed around, uh, within the house of Epstein, wherever. She has been like molested on a sexual level, but she made that decision herself whenever she tried to defend these people, these disgusting people. That was her choice to do it. She wanted security. They gave her money. Donald Trump gave her money, donated to her campaign over there in Florida. And she likes it. She likes being a part of the inner circle. But she is riddled with multiple psychological disorders. The main being bipolar or tripolar, because from what I've seen, she has like three distinctive personalities. There was a video where she was caught with a supposed friend who, I don't even think that she really has friends, because nobody likes her. Everybody hates her guts. Um, she was sitting in a restaurant with a friend, and they were talking about releasing the files, and she seemed completely normal with her friend, talking about, I can't release these files because there are thousands and thousands of videos with children. And then she had like this saying it in a very cold way, a very, very apathetic way to their suffering. And the friend seemed very, very cold hearted to it. She didn't mention anything. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong that there's all these people abusing children. No, it was just like a regular conversation. Like, okay, we know that this stuff goes on. What's wrong with it? Everything is wrong with it. Everything was wrong about that whole conversation. But she is also suffering from, being severely apathetic, not in touch with her emotions. That's what that disorder does. It removes the emotional connection to your empathy, because you have split your psyche up in, another, or maybe two or three, like I said, four different personas. You are no longer in touch with your actual personality. Someone like myself, I have one personality. That's it. I don't have a multiple personality disorder. Um, uh, Even keeled. I don't overreact to things. I don't get overly excited. I always reflect and contemplate on things. And it's like people don't know how to take me, because I'm not putting up a front. I'm not trying to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I don't feel like I need to. Everybody can go screw themselves. If you want me to, like, dance like a clown or something, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna dance to your beat. I'm sorry. I am who I am. I'm happy with the way that I am. I have a lot of self esteem. I have a lot of true self confidence. I'm not arrogant. And you know what? People in this world, they lack that. They don't understand. They think that putting up this pretense is the way to be. No, it isn't. Just be yourself. If everybody were themselves, this world would be a lot better place. But everyone wants to put on an act. And then by doing this and suffering from that trauma, you split your psyche. Guys, the psyche is very, very flexible, but it also has like protective measures. Um, to preventing this from happening. And this actual process of splitting your psyche up into multiple personas is part of that protective measure, but it's also unnatural that people do this. In order for you to do that, to develop another persona, bipolar, tripolar disorder, um, quadrupolar disorder, whatever you want to call it, you have to do this by unrelenting determination. You have to give in. You have to give up. So, at some point a few decades ago, she gave up. She gave up. She relinquished all of her, control over her conscience and her consciousness, and developed this disorder. Now there are other neurological aspects to it. You can, suffer from some sort of head trauma and develop this. There's also a small genetic factor in it. It's possible she could have inherited it from her parents. I think she's like almost 60 years old, so that would have been a long time ago. But that's not, I don't think that's what it is. That's a clear indication of her relinquishing self control and the trauma that she put herself through. And she developed this, multiple alternate personas. To protect herself, because you can see on her face the way she fidgets and her micro expressions that she is one of the most insecure people on the planet. So um, she's negative, but at the same time, her conscience doesn't want her to be negative. That means her underlying personality, her actual original personality, which has suffered throughout decades, doesn't want her to lie and manipulate. Guys, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to lie. That's what our spirit forms tell us. They have the creational laws and creational recommendations innate built into our spirit forms. We understand this, and that's what a conscience is telling you not to lie, not to manipulate, not to overreact, not to be negative. But our material course matter personality, um, that's actually what determines it, and we have to learn from that. So I don't think there's any way of her rebounding from this. Another person that has suffered major is Ellen DeGeneres. She's a disgusting homosexual child molester also, and she fled America and went to Africa, and is having a guilty conscience. Other people have done this too. Um, I imagine the next person to, fold under pressure would probably Bill Gates, because he's very vulnerable right now. Elon Musk is just deteriorating. Guys, all these corrupt people, they never anticipated that this would happen. This is a natural process that happens. That's why I've been trying to tell people. Maybe I kind of repeat myself a little bit, but it's for a good reason. Do not compromise yourself. Do not step over that line. You're not supposed to do this. If you don't do this, you have nothing to worry about. there's not going to be some massive psychological consequences later on. This is the way that creation made it. We're supposed to hold ourselves accountable, and we suffer on a psychological level. Um, they just can't understand. They think that they're so intelligent that somehow they're going to, escape any sort of accountability and judgment or anything like that. But that's not the way that things work. So they did it to themselves. It's unfortunate. I'm not reveling in their deterioration, but um, I really wish they would have made different decisions. So I understand that. I know that, and I will continue to stand my ground no matter what. There's nothing that anybody can do to, convince me to be a different person, to do something sexually depraved or negative or anything like that. I know who I am, and people like me, they always end up winning. Positive people always end up winning. You know why? Because we make the decision not to, cross that thick line. But all these people, they've been doing it for decades. Some of them their entire lives. When they were, teenagers, they were negative and horrible, and look what it's cost them. The thing is, in the future, when all this is over, when World War III is over, when all the negative period is over, and we have time travel technology, people are going to go back in time and they're going to see themselves. They're not going to want to at first. I can guarantee you that people are not going to want to go back in the past and see their previous lifetimes, but they have to. Um, it's out of like sheer human curiosity. We're going to have to do it. And they're literally going to be disgusted with themselves, and they're going to shake their heads and say, what was I thinking in that lifetime? Unbelievable. How is it that I made all these mistakes? I didn't have to make these mistakes to get to the positive person that I am. And there's not a thing they can do. They can't change it, even though they're in the past. They can't go talk to themselves and tell themselves to make different, decisions. At that point in the future, hundreds of years in the future, Earth humans are going to understand that you can't change the past. So everything that has gone on and is going on right now, it's of our own making. Um, some people may watch previous episodes and say that like I blame things on the Lyran lineage only, or Syrian Federation, or you know, kind of being over opinionated about the Federation. I don't. It is Earth humanity's fault. We're all at fault. We're all responsible for ourselves. I just feel like there could have been something different that could have been done at the beginning of this mission in 1975. Um, I gotta say, I think this is what I think that's gonna happen. I mean, I could be wrong. I think that Ptah and Quetzal from the Federation of Light, those of you who don't know, human beings from, they have over 128 billion people in this federation from multiple universes. Um, uh, Mostly from the Ankar universe, some from this universe, some from another universe, a twin sister universe to ours, called the Dal universe. The Tamarians and Sonarians are from there. Sonarians are very highly evolved. I think that they're spiritually older than the Andromedans. They are in the high council level also, so they're very very glowing and bright. So I don't think they would make themselves known to anyone from Earth, because they would put you in like a hypnagogic state. With me, that wouldn't work. I've long snapped myself out of that religious delusional way of thinking. And if someone were to show up right now, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd just be like, "What the heck are you doing in my room? What do you want? You want to talk? Let's talk." But so what I think is going to happen is um, they're going to wait till a few cities are destroyed, the bombs to start flying, and then they're going to stop it. I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with this. As I've talked about this on a previous episode, there's a difference between um, being like decades in the past and coming into the future and seeing this stuff happen that hasn't happened yet, and a difference between observing it while it's actually happening in real time. they were going to get such a powerful emotional reaction to it. And I've said that they're cold hearted and apathetic, kind of just using verse psychology. I already know that Patel watches this. Anything with his name that's mentioned, and I'm trying to use reverse psychology on the man, and he knows it. Quetzal knows it too. The Andromedans know it too. The Andromedans seem kind of like thin skinned though, a little bit. I don't know. I really think that I have a connection with them. I don't know. Like they must like piss me off in a previous lifetime or something. I don't know. Every time I just like say that name Andromeda, it just like I don't. I build up like some kind of like prejudice towards them. I'm not, but it's just like it rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. Maybe they when they were developing and I was developing, they came to whatever planet that I was on because I've been drifting from civilization to civilization for quite a while now. Um, Maybe they just like disregarded me and the peoples and made some kind of cold hard apathetic decision. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess, but yeah, they do empathize. They do care, and I think that they're going to have a um, very powerful emotional experience about this. They're going to see a lot of people suffering. They're going to have to stop this because th- the thing is, it's part of their mission to stop this great catastrophe, and it's not just past the point of no return for us that no one on Earth can do this, but it's past the point of no return for them also. They've been, working on this mission for 50 years and more than 50 years. Last year was like the 50-year anniversary. Um, and they're not the type of people that they're not failures. They're very highly motivated, highly intelligent peoples of different classifications. And I know the way that Ptah thinks, even though I've never met him. I know the way that man thinks. He is not gonna just throw all that hard work away because that's what it would do. If he let this continue on, um, all the hard work that he's put into it, Quetzal's put into it, his daughters, Semyaze and Pleia's put into it. Also, that unfortunate, horrible accident that happened to Semyaze while she was on this mission. So I really empathize with her. I wish that um, there was something that I can do that she can come back home. She's on recovering on Timor, you know, keeping herself in a meditative state. I think I don't know. I have a suggestion. It's possible that there is, and I've been thinking about this. It's possible that there is a hidden compartment within our consciousness. It's in our comprehensive consciousness block. And when you suffer from head trauma like that, I think what happened, she hit her head, and her silver cord started to tear because our spirit forms are attached to our to our physical bodies through a silver cord, and we can stretch this silver cord out as far as we want and explore other worlds, other galaxies all throughout the universe. Keeps us tethered to our bodies, keeps our bodies alive. I think that it started to tear, and through this process, um, it started the initiation of all of her material consciousness and knowledge and memories uh, transforming into fine matter impulses. That's what happens. And what it does is it gets transformed into fine matter impulses and gets, you know, uh, accumulated in our comprehensive consciousness block. That's a separate section within our spirit forms. That's where we keep all our past life knowledge, accumulated knowledge, life lessons, all that's in there. Visual memories, everything. You can access this part through meditation, and you can recall this throughout. Takes anywhere from a few minutes if you're really talented to a few months to a few years to do this. And the play R and do this when they're children. Their parents teach them how to meditate and how to access that. So each lifetime we have to re-access our accumulated knowledge and lifetimes. So I think that that's what happened because that's a natural process when the silver cord starts to tear, and it's connected at a certain point. It's not it's it's as long as we need it to be, but it see, the thing is, it retracts from our spirit form. This retracting silver cord, it goes in and it comes back out. So it retracts when our spirit forms attach ourselves to like a fetus at the 21st day, and we start our new lifetime. So that part retracts and it sort of like blends together very, very tightly. It's nearly impossible to sever it. I'm sure there is a consciousness related way that someone negative could sever a silver cord. Very open minded to that. Even though I wouldn't try it, I know that it probably is a way of doing this. Um, but it attaches to your head. It goes. It's right here, right behind your pineal gland at the top of your head. Not the very very top, but that's where the spirit form attaches it to a fetus, and it enlivens the neurological processes. Also, our personality gets transferred from our spirit form, our consciousness, um, and our essence becomes innate within that body, that fetus physical body, and starts the heart, starts pumping blood through it, enlivens the cells, and also determines the gender and your personality that you have developed in between lifetimes. That's where you develop your personality. You develop it in the invisible realm that's around the planet. It's called the overall consciousness block, and that's when we rest, that's what we do. We process things from past lives, from our previous lifetime, accumulated knowledge. We come to our own realizations and cognitions in our true being, our spirit form. And then we go through a process of developing our new personality, our new persona, so to be in the next lifetime, and the gender. So all that is determined at this attaching process. And all sorts of amazing things happen. Electrical impulses go through the body, which our cells need that, and it's what keeps us alive is spiritual energy. We are spiritual, energetic, creational beings. We're a part pieces of creation, and that's what aligns us. So whenever your silver cord detaches at that um, attaching part to it, unfortunately you're no longer alive, and it's impossible to revive you. So like people think that you can come back from the dead and all that. It's as long as your silver cord does not is not severed, then yes, you can, your heart can restart back up, and you can continue living, but you are going to have a near death experience. There's no doubt about it. You're not going to come back exactly the same as before. Um, but I think that through this process of her physical body and thinking that she was passing because of the head trauma, it started to tear and sever and turned all these memories into fine matter impulses. And this particular accident, since the silver cord didn't tear all the way, it went into like some sort of secret compartment with spiritual power and all that, and that's where it's locked away. And if someone were to access this, I'm just throwing an idea out here. Maybe you can open it through telepathic means with the base genome, because the base genome has a lot to do with things in the spiritual nature. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I kind of feel like that's past life knowledge, like I've done that before or something. But if he listens to it, maybe try that out and see if an Andromedan can do it. Open it up through her genome and then pull all that spiritual power and stuff out, and process things. You would have to create like new neural connectivity, new brain cells, new body cells, all of that at the same time. So someone that does this has to be spiritually capable of doing that through spirit healing abilities. And then maybe she can come back home and be with friends and family. I really wish that. I wish I knew for sure, but that's just an idea, because I really empathize. This mission was difficult as it was, and I empathize with Pata about that. I can't imagine. I don't have a daughter, so I don't know. I don't know how he feels about that. But anyway, get emotional about this. Whenever somebody really positive suffers, But but anyway, so yeah, let me get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I think that that it's probably likely going to happen because they put so much effort into it. They're not the type of people to fail. That's what it's going to have to take. They're gonna watch for a few things to happen, a few cities to be destroyed, casualties, and then they're gonna have a powerful emotional reaction. I think it's inevitable. The thing is, they should have done something years ago. They should have went through with that plan. They had a plan to deport billions of negative individuals, put them on a prison planet. I don't know where this prison planet is, somewhere nearby, but in the Milky Way galaxy, they were going to put them there, but they should have just went through with that in the first place. But yeah, it looks like we're on that path, guys. There's nothing that anyone is going to do about this. It is beyond out of control. And these negative individuals like Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, the whole American administration, all the corrupt politicians that were bought by Israel and are walking around at yarmulkes even though they're not Jewish. Uh, what a ridiculous acting. Like play this. It's literally like a dark play, guys. I mean, it's just like sickening to anybody that's perceptive to this. And no, I'm not racist against Jewish people or anybody else. I see everyone as equal. So you got that guy, that that disgusting child molester and rapist Alan Dershowitz, always going on the news and claiming people were anti-Semitic and all this. He even claimed um, one of the Jeffrey Epstein victims, a girl, because she spoke out against him, was anti-Semitic. She was the one that was abused, and that sick monster. This pisses me off. That sick monster was insulting her and calling her anti-Semitic. You've got to be kidding me. These people have no shame whatsoever, and they are not going to make it out of this. It is going to be so difficult for them to come back from. They're not going. The thing is, their lives are going to be ended before they can process all this. I really wish that there was a way to keep them alive and to hold them accountable and to extend their lives out. I would do that. I would extend their lives out as far as I could. Maybe like another 250 years, so they live to be 350 years old, and they would suffer for decades and decades and decades and feel guilty about this. That's what I would, if I had the power to do it. First of all, I would take away all the weapons, all of it, deactivate them. I would build a space prison. That's what I would do. I would put every single last one of them on a space prison, billions and billions of them. Anyone that is complicit, um, I would put them right up on a space prison, lock them away in solitary confinement, not general population, solitary confinement. That's what they deserve. But who knows? I'm sure there are people out there that use space prisons. The Federation of Light don't use they use prison plants, as far as I know, unless someone is very progressive. I think using prison plants is very old fashioned. It's very old fashioned. But if they wanted a prison planet, well, guess what? We got one available here in the system, Mars. Mars is currently available. All you got to do is just terraform it, build some temporary homes. They could do that in like 3 or 4 days. Billions of people can come here. They can do that. Um, Man, I wish they would. Uh, if anyone sees anything, with satellites, like something's going on Mars, then that's what they're probably doing. Taking my advice. I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't. I don't know. I wish they would, but if they were giving me a ship, I'd do it. I would do it myself. I would get together, maybe like 1,000 people, positive people on Earth, and we'd go do it. We would sit there for a couple weeks terraforming, and then we'd let everyone see it. That's what I would do. I would rub it in their faces. They wouldn't know what's going on Mars, but we can see this with satellites very easy. and not keeping it hidden. Growing trees, creating oceans, building temporary homes. Just taking our sweet time, and then when it's all done, making an announcement. We did this for you guys. This is your new prison. You're not going to be able to interact with each other. There's force shields preventing you from venturing out and interacting with anybody. You're going to have your own little home. You're going to reflect. We're taking away all your power. We're taking away all your authority. We're taking away all the things that you hold dear, your sexually depraved capabilities, and you're not being on Earth anymore. And the people that are on Earth, well, they're the future of the Terran civilization, and you are going to, suffer psychologically, and you're being held accountable. That's exactly what I would do. I would rub it right in their faces, and it would be satisfying. I can tell you that much. But who knows? Maybe Pata will do the right thing. Huh? I don't think he's gonna want to fail. They put so much hard work into it, and it's not just him too. It's a lot of other people. Maybe the Temerians can do something about it because they didn't make that proclamation. Maybe that's a loophole, or if this proclamation actually like stating that they're not going to interfere with anything, it's just strictly for play RM. But if um, their rules and laws and directives prevent them from doing this, you know what I would do? They have other friends out there. They've met other technologically advanced peoples that go around helping civilizations. I'm sure there are peoples out there that never wanted to officially join the Federation. Like for whatever reason, they don't agree with their laws or rules or directives, but they're still friends and they go to their planets all the time. That's what I would do. I would ask one of them, a powerful civilization of people. It doesn't matter who they are, what classification they are, but peoples that are experts in doing this, ask them to do it. Then there'll be a loophole in it. Maybe they don't know what's going on. It's likely they don't, because they try to, keep this Earth situation kind of secret. I don't know if they have a force shield around Earth. I don't think they do, because so many other peoples come here. The Zeta Reticuli, the negative Syrians from Sirius B, not the Syrian Federation. They come here too. They're positive though. For the most part, they don't want to help out either. Honestly, I would ask the Syrian Federation to do something about it. They are definitively, clearly connected to all of us. Um, Through what happened in the past, what they did with the barbaric people, the genetic manipulation, and some of the diseases and viruses and degenerative disorders. The Syrian Federation did not give us all of the diseases and viruses and degenerative disorders that we suffer from, and all the sexually transmitted disease. They did not do that. They only put a few within the barbaric people. Anything that is around right now, which is pretty much everything that you can suffer from on a medical and physiological level, we have developed it while in the system, through like pollution and chemicals and bad hygiene, all sorts of other things. So the Syrian Federation did not do that. They only implanted a few things. So I would ask them. I would ask Syrian Federation, what harm is it going to do? All you need to do is ask them to take away the weapons and heal people and reverse the genetic manipulation. Also, like educate Earth humans on genetics and science. They don't have to do anything else. That's all the Syrians have to do. Um, they would just have to, stop all this nonsense in its tracks, and you know, maybe deport the negative individuals. They could do that too. Um, or we can build a prison that's anti-gravity prison over the Pacific Ocean. That's another option. Build a massive prison to fit billions of people in there, and we could do that ourselves. They could just like instruct us how to do it technologically, and then put them on that prison. So there's so many options. They just for whatever reason they don't want to go through with any of these options. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna have to step in. Somebody has to stop this nonsense. Um, this civilization will learn its lesson as soon as the negative individuals are removed. And the thing is, all they have to do is go on holographics and say these people have been doing all these sexually depraved things. They're trying to, destroy the world, rise out of the bunkers like a phoenix from the ashes, and all this sectarian, religious, delusional nonsense, guys. That's what it's all about. And um, trying to destroy the current world so they can build something better. It's not going to happen that way. So even if they don't do anything, and all this happens, guys, it's going to be like the next almost 4 years with all this. Most of us aren't going to survive. I'm just being honest about it. The majority of us aren't going to make it. Um, you just have to prepare yourself for it. There's really nothing else you can do to like prepare yourself for it. I don't know. Maybe as we're speaking right now, I saw something else. That Iran was sending a missile through here. Apparently, I said on the previous episode that they don't have that capability. Um, I guess I was wrong. I admit that I was wrong by that. I did not know that Russia was supplying them with missiles. So the Iranians themselves did not actually develop these capabilities, these intercontinental capabilities. But Russia is helping them out since they officially said they were helping them out. China is also helping them out with that. Um, I from the research I did, I guess I didn't discover that, but today, yes, they do have that capability. So maybe there's a missile flying to California right now. Um, it's possible. They said it was going to be tonight. I hope that that's not the case, but guys, we have to see. Maybe this is the only way to get to the other side. I hate to say it. Maybe this is the only way that Earth humans will learn their lesson. I don't think that it is, but the current course that we're on, there's not much that anyone can do. I can't do anything. Those of you that are watching, listening to this, um, there's nothing that you can do. There are so many corrupted people that are in places of authority, and they want this. They want this so bad. The Catholic Church wants this. Um, they think that they're going to make it out of it. They're not. All these corporation leaders, they're not. Man, I wish I had another. I wish I had some better news, but that's what's going to happen, and it's going to happen very, very soon. Um, before this summer, things don't happen like in an instant, like on movies and stuff like that, where you know someone fires a missile and then boom, you're at world war. It's a kind of slow process. It could happen this summer. It's probably going to happen by November, where things escalate because there are some people in politics around the world that have like cooler heads, but there's always more negative people than there are positive, or people that are have control over themselves and their thoughts, and they have no say in all this because the people who are sitting at the top, they want this and it's going to happen. They've been plotting this for a very, very long time. Um, and now, all these other people are getting pulled into it. Israel is actually attacking Lebanon now. Lebanon has been drawn into this. Um, Iran is destroying like bases in the United Emirates, which they were provoked. They were attacked by Israel and U.S. So China has gone on to say that they're in the right to defend themselves. They are in the right to defend themselves. It was an unprovoked attack. They were in the middle of peace talks. Yeah, look how those peace talks went, guys. Nobody ever wanted peace in the first place. You need to wake up to this. Please don't think that. Don't believe the nonsense that they're saying. It's they never wanted peace in the first place. What Israel wants is the total annihilation and destruction of anybody that they call goyim, which a goyim could be anyone. It could be a Hispanic, it could be an Italian, it could be Arabic. They want to destroy the Arabic peoples. They want to destroy everyone because they are so unbelievably hateful. So um, that's what's going on, unfortunately, we have to try to make it through this. So I promise to do something on this video on how to become a master of your own psychological domain. I'm going to go through with that. I mean, guys, you need to know this stuff. I'm gonna also talk about, in my opinion, how to dissipate negative energies. This is very, especially right now, in this time. It's very very important to know this knowledge. This is coming from my accumulated knowledge, my own realizations and cognitions, um, and I want to share that with everyone. I feel like it's my job to share my own method. Other people may have like a different method of doing things, but um, I respect that, and I love learning from other people. But this is my way, my interpretation, my words of doing this, and it seems to be incredibly, incredibly effective with me. I'm making a lot of progress um, on an intellectual level and psychological level, emotional level, and also spiritually. I'm evolving, very, very rapidly. And it's possible though. I was already spiritually evolved when I came to Earth. Like I don't know what my original civilization. I really wish that I knew. Um, I'm not just gonna make something up and say I'm from these people or anything. I do remember a couple of my lifetimes, but not every little detail, just bits and pieces. And it is so frustrating. It's just I don't think that any other human beings really understand how frustrating this is, wanting to know so badly, like where you come from, who you are, and all that. We need to know these things. We need to know uh, our history, where we come from, who we are, who are our original peoples, in order to know, process things in the current lifetime, and to know kind of like where we're going. You have to know the past before you can even reflect on the future. So right now, it's a mystery for me. And unfortunately, I don't think that I have time to figure all this out. If I had like another 10 years, then yeah, um, I would be able to figure it out. So all right, I'm gonna put this up. It's a slideshow. I'm gonna go into detail about it. It's probably not what you think it is, the whole process. I'll put it on full screen. Let me go back. I was looking at it earlier. I had to add this page into it. All right, this is how to become a master of your own psychological domain. Um, and it's like tricks of psychological tricks, tips on how to do that. But first, there's a beginning process to it. You have to meditate and all that. So, all right, the beginning process of this, you need to build a foundation. So the foundation and the right mentality, which I've talked about before, is the neutral positive mentality. It's the mentality of not jumping to conclusions, and not being on the negative end of the spectrum, not being like overly pessimistic, and not being on the overly positive end of the spectrum. You have to sit like in between, but you have to be facing in a positive direction. You have to hope for the most positive outcome of anything. So that is the right mentality to have. You're not going to be like overly emotional, overly, excited about things. This is what's called the concentration schedule. This is something that everyone needs to do. Um, you know, at the beginning, because it's so very difficult for people to shut their consciousness off. That is one of the main purposes that you have to do with meditation. You have to be able to not think about bills, not think about worries or family or anything else. You have to literally completely shut your consciousness off, and this is so hard for people to do nowadays, but it's absolutely necessary. So with these meditation concentration exercises, you're going to do it with a candle. You can do it with other things. You can do it with like crystals, crystal ball, and stuff like that. But I've never tried that. I've never tried a crystal ball. I'm not into that. I never tried it with a crystal either. But but you can do it with it. But for this explanation, I'm just going to tell you about the candle. So you have that like a, you know, medium sized candle with a flame. Um, and what you're going to do is you're going to focus on the base of the flame where it comes out, not the top of it, but you're going to focus where the base of the flame is, where it's ignited on the wick. So focus on that. It's a 21-day schedule, and just so you guys know, I'm going to put this all the stuff up on my website. We are all not from earth.com. I'll put that up. Um, and you can download the PDFs and all that, because I have another PDF to show too. It's the construction of meditation pyramids, and that one is very detailed. So I'll put that up on the website as soon as I can, and you can download it for free, and have somebody construct you a meditation pyramid. But yeah, so this is a 21-day process. The first day, so what it is you're on the first day. You start off at 5 minutes. This meditating, focusing on the base of the candle. You're doing this each time. Your eyes are not closed, but you're focused. What this is going to develop laser-like focus. That's what it is. In order to shut your consciousness off, you have to be able to focus on the back of your eyelids. So this is going to help tremendously. Um, I've done this several times, but now I have like laser focus, so I don't really need to do the concentration exercises. I mean, maybe I'll practice it to see how effective it is. Um, you can always improve. I'm not against improving, but yeah, you may need to do this like twice in a row. You're gonna see a tremendous amount of progress right around the 15th day of doing this. So the 15-day things change. So you start out at 5 minutes, and what you do is you visualize the word sun, sun. You visualize that for 5 minutes while staring at the base of the flame. The second day you go up 1 minute to 6 minutes. Third day you go up another minute to 7 minutes. Fourth day is 8 minutes. Fifth day 9 minutes. Sixth day 10 minutes. Seventh is 11. 8, 12 minutes. The eighth day you're on 12 minutes. All right, so that's where it transitions. You're going to go into the next phase of it. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 phases of the concentration exercises. So on the ninth day, you stay with 12 minutes. So you go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days from the ninth day all the way to the 15th day with no thoughts for exactly 12 minutes. And then on the 15th day, you continue, and remember, you need to continue to have the candle. The 15th day, for 6 days, you focus on a red or golden rose. Now, the color of the rose, you're going to visualize a red or golden rose. Um, it's whatever color that you connect with it, whatever's easier to visualize in your mind's eye. For some people, it may be a red rose. For some people, it could be a golden rose. That really doesn't matter, just as long as you're visualizing that. So you do that all the way to the 20th day, but you do it for 15 minutes. And that is the maximum amount of minutes that you do on the concentration exercises. On the 21st day is wishful dreaming. You just, daydream. That's pretty much all you do. That's what that is, like positive daydreaming on the 21st day. So once you accomplish all this, you need to keep to the schedule at the same time. Usually, the best time to do this is like at 8 p.m. at nighttime, 9 p.m. And you need to be like in a room where it's dark or completely dark. So being in a room that has too much light, you're gonna focus on all that light, the ambient light around you. So this is going to give you some laser like focus. Like I said, you may need to do it consecutively. Do it for the 21 days and start over again and do it again. Um, after you've accomplished that, um, you can do this. I don't personally sell these meditation pyramids. Um, if you go to the figu.org website, I was looking at it. I don't know how much they sell these for, but um, they can make them for you. They make them over there in Switzerland, and they'll have to ship it over to America or wherever you're going. But also, you can create these yourselves. But that's what they look like, though. I'll have to go over like the dimensions and all that. But what it is you get underneath it and you sit down, cross your legs, and you get into a meditative state. But you cannot do it with a whole lot of light. Whenever you do meditation, you have to be in a dark or dim room because the ambient light will mess with meditation. So shutting off your consciousness, it will interfere with that. That's what it looks like there. Meditation pyramid. Um, Need to be created out of copper or brass. So it kind of looks like this one has copper aspects, and it looks a little bit like it has brass too on it. But the one that I have, it doesn't look like this. Apparently, the people that I commissioned to make it, they couldn't make that wheel on top. The wheel on top is for channeling creational energy and deflecting electromagnetic activity and other people's thoughts. That's what that's used for. All right. There are things that you can say during the day, and like I said, I'm going to put this whole slideshow up on the website so you can see this. There are 12 like meditation sayings, mantras, whatever you want to call it. Um, that you can repeat during the day. So you repeat all 12 of these. You can put it on your phone and just say these quietly. You can say it out loud too. But I'm telling you right now, this does help. What it does is it helps with, you know, psychological positive reinforcements on a emotional level. It works with your psyche. So you have the first one that says creation and honor and dignity is the reality and truth of life. Second one is in accordance with the order of creation, I live my life in respect and in fulfillment of my duty of protecting all living things. The third one is I am always aware that I am myself and that I am fully successful by living according to the natural dictates of creation, creational laws, pretty much. Fourth one is if I live according to the specifications of creation as it exemplifies it to me through its nature, there is no resistance to all my thought, emotional, and worldly successes. The fifth one is everything can and always is always present in conscious success to me through my own efforts, granted by my knowledge of the observance of the creative percept. Number six is I myself am the architect of my fate. Consequently, I consciously control the peace in me, and my feelings, as well as my love and psyche, my health, my reverence, and my respect and dignity and honor towards creation, which is nature, fauna, and flora, and all that exists in universal expanse. Number seven is my thoughts are my power and myself, as well as my feelings and actions. Number eight is my consciousness is the power of my thoughts and feelings, as well as the power of my subconscious, which I am able to control as a whole through the energy and power of creation. Number nine is my existence and life are full of gratitude for creation, with which I am always connected in love. Number 10 is I'm always consciously connected to creation, which gives me energy and power, as well as the security and knowledge that I am myself as a personality, and yet through the energy and power of being of creation. Number 11 is my life, which is given to me through the life energy of creation, is completely filled with success as a result of my work. Number 12 is my life is full of success and fulfillment through the creation life energy, which makes my life cheerful and satisfied and constantly leads to success. So yeah, these sayings, some people may say these like hippy dippy sayings or whatever, but they're not. It works on a powerful subconscious level, and it's giving yourself like affirmation, psychological affirmation, um, and people that are perceptive, you can kind of see what's happening here with all these. It's getting rid of your submissive mentality. It's building like true confidence and true self-respect. That's one of the most important things that we have to do as a person. So we have to have like true self-esteem, true consciousness and self-respect for ourselves. All right, this one is controlling negative energies and mastering, dissolving them to become more spiritually powerful. So you put yourself into a meditative state before sleep. You go through the color schemes: blue, green, yellow, and red. Um, Also, you can visualize a multicolored spectrum as long as you shut your consciousness off. That's the goal. So, what I'm talking about is like when you're laying down in bed and you're trying to go to sleep. You know, some people have trouble going to sleep. Some people like they close their eyes and they're gone. They're they're off. I'm not one of those people. I can't do that. I have to like put myself into a positive frame of mind. I have to like contemplate on what I'm going to do the next day. I think about what happened during that day. I just can't do that. I don't understand how people have the ability just to like literally close their eyes and they're snoring already. But while you're laying in bed, you visualize like multicolors. You can visualize the actual go through the meditative process, which is blue, the like watercolors, green, yellow, and red. Red, you're in your subconscious. Um, so now that you're in a meditative state, let the negative energies in and practice dissipating them. That's going to sound very strange to some people. Um, I have to kind of explain that. What I mean by like letting them in, um, you're going to have to like shut off your natural defenses. They're everywhere, guys. The negative energies they're in your room, they're in your house, they're in your apartment. They're completely encircled in a bell shape around the planet. Um, Really, first of all, you need to like perceive these negative energies. I think that anyone can do it. You just need to like open your mind up to them and see them. Now you're going to, because of the genetic manipulation, um, we tend to switch over from positive thoughts to negative thoughts very easily. So what I mean by letting them in, kind of visualize these energies and let yourself go completely. And if you have any negative thoughts, well, what you're going to do is you're going to imagine a consciousness related force shield around you. You're going to create this with positive thought. And if any negative thoughts come into mind, then create positive energies and thoughts and dissipate them. You're going to destroy them. You're going to force yourself to get back into a positive state of thinking. You have to keep doing this repeatedly every night. Best time to practice is at night before you go to sleep. That's where I've seen the most progress. And so, yeah, it sounds kind of strange, but you're going to let these things in. Negative energies, you're going to try to visualize them and you're going to try to dissipate them. All right, by doing this, you are effectively creating mental fortifications and you become unbelievably powerful. You cannot let anyone's negative thoughts affect you. It takes a lot of practice. So you have to do the spiritual practices, what I'm talking about, and grow this, invisible force shield bigger and bigger and bigger. Um, Around your whole being. See, the thing is about like kings and queens of wisdom, they have this. They have powerful mental fortification. No one can, bring them down. No one can, affect them. And if they're really, really powerful, well, they can prevent negative energies from affecting them. They have those consciousness abilities. So this is the beginning steps at it. You have to develop this, and it takes practice, guys. It's not like it's going to happen overnight. Um, you need to practice this. So that's essentially what you're doing. You can also practice this in everyday life too. While you're interacting with people, it's better to do it all day long. And when you're with a large group of people, I can tell you're affected by negative thoughts. Everyone's thoughts is bombarding you all at the same time. So you have to practice, you know, shutting your consciousness off, dissipating any negative energies, and we can feel that we're the most powerful empathetic beings that there are. Even all the purely spiritual beings also. So we have to develop ourselves this capability. All right, now the powers of persuasion. So this is to use in a situation where you got someone confronts you, someone gets angry at you. I don't know, like you took their parking spot or something at the grocery store, and you didn't know it. You didn't realize that they were gonna park there, or maybe they wanted that spot. You got there first, and then they come and they try to confront you at your car or whatever while you're getting out of the car, trying to walk into the grocery store, um, or any situation that's some ignorant person is trying to uh, you know get a rise out of you or whatever and start a fight. So you need to use powers of persuasion. We have that capability of doing it. So whenever someone is angry and confronts you, just stay calm. So what you're going to do is that you're going to have a neutral look on your face. Don't smile. Don't look angry. And you're going to listen to them because they're going to be going off. They're going to be saying blah blah blah. You were wrong. I'm right, and they're going to be overly excited. You need to listen attentively and stay calm. Also, if you can, compliment them. Um, these are the things that you say, like say I understand how you feel. Say you're right about that. Um, you always lead with these things. You have to lead with these things. Say I agree with you and nod your head. All right. So in between what you're saying, first you have to let them speak though. So take long, deep pauses to reflect on the right thing to say and what they're saying. So you have to, process all of it. You can't just, you know, not have a filter and just say whatever comes first because you're going to escalate the situation, and you have to leave your emotions out of it. Definitely, definitely leave any sort of emotions out of it. Maintain eye contact unless they're, feeling kind of threatened. Then look away. Certain things. Don't fidget or make large movements. Um, you can't do that kind of stuff because that's it's very provocative. When people see you like fidgeting around, or if you go on your phone, you look on your phone, you're not paying attention to what they're saying, then they're gonna find it disrespectful. So keep all your focus on them. Maintain at least 4 feet distance from them when talking to them. You have to maintain this distance. If they want to try to get in your face again, then you back up. You have to maintain that distance. You put your arm out and you say, just stay back a little bit. Don't get up in my face. We could talk about this, but um, I want to keep my distance. That will calm the situation down immediately. If you start getting in their face, well, that's going to escalate. Somebody end up hitting each other. You may end up hitting them, even though they're the ones that are wrong, and then you'll get in trouble. Definitely don't point your finger at them when you're talking to them. That is very threatening, very aggressive, and continue nodding in agreement with them throughout the conversation. So, um, essentially, you're trying to persuade them to calm down. You're trying to de-escalate the situation. This can, be with. You can apply this to anything. You can apply this to like business meetings. Something that has to do with your business or the place that you work at, coworkers, like I said, people in the grocery store, gas station, whatever. You can apply all these techniques, and you say things that diffuse the situation. But you always lead with stuff like this. You always lead with I understand how you feel. You're right about that. Even if you don't necessarily mean it, what I mean is, I'm not trying to tell you to lie, but I'm just trying to. You have to find ways of connecting with them, because you have to stroke their ego. First of all, if this person is very negative and coming at you, then you already know they're egotistical. So, all right, taking control over the situation psychologically. Um, so, first of all, you need to educate yourself on a whole lot of things. Educate yourself on psychology. Educate yourself on sciences, genetics, anything. What I mean by that, you need to be prepared in life, um, for anything that comes at you. So if you don't know certain things and you get into a confrontational situation with someone and they're talking about it, you're not going to have any knowledge about it. You're not going to have the advantage over this negative person. So you need to be broaden your horizon and learn as much as you can. Just because you want to learn, just because you're interested in knowledge, but also, in case you run into a situation where you have a know-it-all, then you can come back and you can, tell them the facts, which I try the best I can with the time that I have to, learn as much as I possibly can. So, all right. And you always speak slowly, clearly, and concisely. Definitely don't raise your voice. Maintain a non aggressive posture. Uh, Maintain about 4 feet distance between the two of you and the whole time. You have to do that. Keep your distance. If they keep on getting closer, you have to back up. You have to, you know, try to diffuse the situation as much as possible. Um, Ask them their opinion of how to solve the situation. So r- you have to be genuine about all this. That's the thing. All this has to be genuine. It cannot be like an act. You're literally controlling yourself. If you're disingenuine, um, at first, I suppose that some people will at practicing these sort of things. I suppose you're not going to be like completely genuine, but that's the ultimate goal. This has to become natural, a natural ability to diffusing situations and taking over, psychological control over yourself and any negative situation that you run into. Um, yeah, so ask them their opinion on how they're going to solve this. Let me go back. Um, Come up with a clever way to change the narrative and enforce your solution to the problem. So like I said, you need to have that base knowledge of any sort of topic that you get into a situation, confrontation, like a business meeting, anything, guys. We have to educate ourselves. We have to be as knowledgeable as possible. Then doesn't matter what situation you get yourself into because you can, control it towards positive ends. So and this is evolving. You're evolving yourself doing this. All right. Continued spiritual development. You have to continue to maintain these practices and meditations. You can't be afraid to get yourself into a situation of conflict. This gives you more experience. Always remain calm, and no matter what situation you get yourself into, always remain neutral, and no matter what situation you find yourself in, continue to learn everything you can about the sciences, biology, human physiology, genetics, diet, nutrition, everything you possibly can learn. Never be afraid of losing yourself to outbursts of anger and overreacting, but stop yourself before it goes too far. So you have to be at this neutral point. You have to be self critical in order to stop yourself. We're all human, guys. We make mistakes. Sometimes there's certain situations where I stop myself. I'm not perfect, but I think that the majority of situations I will not have an overreaction to. It's taken practice. It's taken years and years of practice of doing all this stuff. Um, so do things slowly and meticulously, and only start after you have observed the entire problem and found the most logical way of solving it. Then execute at a reasonable pace. So, guys, this pretty much explains the whole mentality. Anyone that suffers from being too hasty, to overly excited, to overly emotional, and they just run head straight into any problem. They have preconceived notions. They do things in, furious, um, like a furious pace. Working at a fast pace, it doesn't help you out. You don't learn things by doing it that way. You have to take a step back. You have to look at the whole problem. You have to analyze it. You have to come to the necessary realizations and cognitions, and you have to come up with a plan according to that problem. And then you have to act right away. You cannot, procrastinate. You have to execute right away at a reasonable pace. That's it. That's the secret to the majority of everything. That's the whole mentality right there. And keep on practicing dissipating negative energies with positive thought forces that you create throughout the day. So yeah, that's a pretty much explanation. It may not be what some of you had thought that was going to be, but if you do practice this mentality and these spiritual practices, the meditation, guys, you are going to become um, an absolute master of your own psychological domain. You're going to evolve spiritually, and your personality is going to change. But that's the thing, though. Our personalities do change. During our lives, it has to. We have to evolve. We have to go through a personality change. We do this in between lifetimes, and we do this while we're in lifetimes because we have to realize that we're not perfect, and we have to try to be the best version of ourselves. That's what everyone should strive for. You have to try to be the best version of yourself no matter what. All right, so I'm gonna put this up here. I'm not gonna go into deep details about the. This is, um, and those of you that listen on Apple Podcasts, you're not gonna be able to see this now. You'll have to check out the website. We're all not from earth.com, and I'll put it up there as soon as I can. What this is the actual technological way to construct the meditation pyramid with the actual diagram, inches, centimeter. It goes by centimeters because this is from Switzerland. Also, it has German words on there. But if you were to download this and you would give it to a fabrication expert, they could be able to do it from it. Or you can try to translate some of the German words, but the numbers are the same. So yeah, you got the wheel here, how to construct the wheel, the spokes. Those are the spokes for it. The legs length and all that. This is very, very precise. So they did this over at the Semjazi Silver Star Center at Figu, the home office in Hitterschmid-Rudi, Switzerland. I don't know where they construct these from. I need to find that out. I don't know if they do it there at the Silver Star Center or they get somebody to do it that they trust. So yeah, you can create these out of copper or brass, they say. But I had mine created out of pure copper, and then that's about what it looks like. It's a very, very precise, exact pyramid. Yeah. So if you were to hand these schematics to a fabrication expert, they would be able to do it from there. Very, very detailed. I wish I would have done that with mine, but the thing is, the people that had to construct mine, they did it their own way. And I really wanted the meditation pyramid, so I kind of just went with it. So well, something's better than nothing. It does work because it's pure copper, and so that was good for me. All right. So another thing is, I didn't put it on that slideshow, but this is something that is incredibly worked. Frequencies, alpha wave frequencies. So, um, alpha wave frequencies. You got like 743 hertz, 934 hertz. So you need to incorporate this if you want to incorporate this really does help out. We're creating like oscillating frequencies that are alpha wave. We need to create these frequencies in order to be in a meditative state. So what this helps out is with the acids in your brain and your whole brain waves to keep you at like a very calm state. So what I did is I bought a frequency generator on Amazon, and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. You can't really see it, can you? The background. Let me see if there's any point. Okay. Yeah, it's and it has this. This is the you have to buy it with that. That's what creates the frequency oscillations. So this one is called the FG200 DDS function generator. Now this was pretty cheap actually. I'm gonna have to put it down so it doesn't fall. Yeah, so that was it's like $28 on Amazon. Um, so yeah, you order that, and it has different waves on it: sine waves, full waves, half waves. I found that doing the sine wave option, um, it's a lot better. I do it. I've done it at 777 frequency. Right now, I'm doing it at 743 hertz frequency on sine wave, and it has an amazing positive effect. So I sleep with it. I have taken it inside the meditation pyramid. You have to plug it in. Of course, it doesn't have battery with it, but um, plug it into the wall. But it has to have that red plate on it with the that creates the frequencies. Because there's no point in buying it if it doesn't have that. So they sell a couple of them on Amazon. One of them does not have that plate that you connect to it. Um, the other one does, so you need to buy that one that does. If some of you had Instagram and you seen the Bexley thing, that's where I got the whole idea from it. I've always known about alpha wave frequencies and all that, but I never even thought about it. Those Instagram commercials are pretty good, but I looked into this Bexley thing and it's just a piece of garbage. And they want to charge like $185 for it. That was $28, and of course you have to have like a USB extender cord because the power cord is not very long, and the outlet is kind of far away from my bed. So uh, you may spend like tops $50. That's it. It's really good. It works. It does work. So you sleep with it. You put it on this frequency. It's very easy to operate. You can change the waves. It has all the different options. It has dials. You don't have to really worry about the dials on it, on the top or the side. That's for something else. That's if you want to just use it for these alpha wave frequencies, then it does work. I mean, it's not like the most powerful frequency generator, but it does something though. It works for pretty cheap, and you'll feel different after the first night sleeping with it. So you create these positive frequencies. It helps with your dreams too. I can tell you, there's a big difference in dreams. Um, I used to have like a lot of nightmares, and it has definitely helped. It's the combination of delving more into meditation and using that frequency generator. So it also has the Schumann frequency. It was 7.83 hertz, and that I haven't tried that. I haven't tried the 7.83 hertz, but I try like 777, 743 frequent 943, 943 hertz. You add that up. 4 plus 3 is 7. 9 plus 7 is 16, and 1 plus 6 is 7. So anything like within the 7 number spectrum is going to be positive also, and you can play around, try different frequency waves, sine wave. They have like sawtooth waves, all of that. I'm not going to go into big detail what those waves do. You guys can look all that stuff up, but try it out. Go to Amazon. I don't have any link or anything like that, but I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. I'm just giving you guys ideas, some things that work. There are like these headphones that create these tones, these alpha waves, theta wave tones, and all that. You can try stuff like that out. I've never tried that before. I know a guy who promoted these on YouTube, Thomas Tulare. He promoted that, but I never bought it. It's probably ridiculously expensive, but yeah. So so anyway, the state that we're in. So that's about it with becoming a master at your own psychological domain, guys. You have to stick with all this. It takes practice. You can't really get like incredible progress overnight, but you have to put in the hard work. You have to continue practicing. You have to. The main thing is just keep yourself neutral. Control your emotions. Don't get overly excited. Don't have any negative thoughts. You have to keep these negative thoughts away. And those 12 sort of mantras help with that. They help with self confidence also, and building actual true self confidence, not arrogance. There's a difference between someone who's actually confident in themselves, someone who's arrogant. Arrogance. I don't like dealing with arrogant people, but you know, this whole bravado, or what do they call it? Man, I forget what they call it, swag or something like that. It's just ridiculous. Why you need to have swag? Why you need to pretend to be somebody that you're not? Just be yourself. And if you're not like the best person, then work on yourself. That's what we have to do. We have to be willing to put the work into our personality, guys. You're never going to be the best version of yourself if you pretend and you don't do any work. So you have to be self-critical, and you have to like reflect and come to your own realizations and cognition. None of us are perfect. None of us are. So we have to work at it throughout our lives. It's common sense, but common sense ain't too common, is it? But yeah, that's all from my perspective of it. Maybe you'll find it educational. Maybe I know that'll work. I guarantee that'll work because it's very sound advice. This is very sound psychological advice. Anyone that's a psychological expert that have actually studied and gone to school, they can look at this and they can tell you that these techniques do work. About the meditation, they have to kind of be into that to, support the meditation part, but it does work. This sort of approach to handling any sort of situation that you get into, and psychologically mastering your own domain. You need to practice taking control of certain situations that can get out of hand, and lead to a fight or whatever. So you need to try to practice diffusing that, and you learn from that. You learn from experience. So um, yeah, I advise you to try it out. You will see immediate progress. But it does take a little bit of time to master all these things, and you'll feel a whole lot better about yourself. If you have any sort of issues with emotions and self-esteem, well, you'll be able to control it, and you'll become a better person. And I work on that every single day. I work on it all year long. Whatever time I have left, I'm going to continue working. I'm not going to give up. I will continue learning and working on myself to the last day, which unfortunately, the way that the world is now, as I really hate to say it, I think that all of us that are positive, regular people, unfortunately, we're going to suffer through this in this lifetime. I don't really see any way out unless someone else intervenes. The situation is so far out of control, and it's been allowed to get to that point. Another thing that Terran's Earth humanity is gonna notice in the future is why didn't the positive people stand up and do something about this when we could have? That's one of the big problems, isn't it? We let these people lie to us. We let them manipulate us. We let them move and maneuver into positions where we can't remove them from power. And then there you get the result. You get a result of world war. You get endless death and negativity and violence and religious delusion. Today, something really weird happens. A freaking Jehovah's Witness, two of them, old man and a young man, came to my door offering me, salvation. Please, just go to somebody else's door and bother them with that nonsense. See, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to people's doors and telling them about reincarnation and creation. See, I'm not knocking on their doors and handing them like pamphlets and stuff like that. Leave me alone. Go mind your own business. They have to do that because, um, more and more people are not, um, you know, sticking to religion. They're noticing that all these horrible things are. Isn't God supposed to intervene? Oh, where's this God at? He doesn't exist. He's not there. He never was there, and he's never going to save anyone from what's happening. And they're starting to realize that, and instead of planting their feet down and saying, "Oh, we need to persist and we need to still be, faithful in God. He's going to lead my life." Just take control of the situation yourself and just realize He was never there in the first place. There was never this like supernatural being that created all of us and everything that's in this universe and every other universe out there. It's just not possible. But I was polite with them. As soon as I closed the door, I could tell you right now, I tore that freaking pamphlet up and I put it in the trash. I didn't even bother reading it. I was pretending to read it while he was talking, but they gave me like the creeps. So, but anyway, yeah, these people were desperate and they really, really want. And one of the things he said, "Oh, I don't want your money from you. I just want you to come and participate." Yeah, and what? Be a part of your cult, and then hand over my hard-earned money that I barely have enough to pay any bills, as it is right now. No, no thanks. No, I'm not handing the money that I work myself to the bone over to you or to a religious organization or to the freaking Catholic Church. You can kiss my butt. So, but I was always polite. I'm always polite to everyone. I don't speak my opinion. I was thinking about saying something, but I didn't say it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I wish I had some more positive news. I need to look into the news to see if any missiles or anything flew. Kind of doubt it. I think that I would have got an alert somewhere on my phone if there was a missile heading towards California, but you never know. Israel and America has crossed, the Rubicon. They have done the worst. They cannot get themselves out of this. Other people, part of the world, are getting involved. Europe is getting involved. That's it, guys. This is it. We are living in the most negative period that there ever is going to be. But on the other side, we'll get out of this. Maybe someone steps in. Maybe they do. I really, really hope so. But that's not what it looks like. So we need to survive. You need to have a strong mentality. Guys, don't give up hope. Don't start freaking out. This is not the end of the civilization, and we do live a lifetime. So that's pretty much all I can say. There's nothing that us regular people can do um, to stop this. This is so far out of everyone's control. But let's just try our best to survive as long as possible, and don't give in to over emotions and all that, guys. Let's just take it as another day. Let's take one day at a time, and you never know. Maybe all this will end somehow. But like I said in a previous episode and the one before that, it's going to take a miracle creation to do this. It's just not possible on a political level and financial and everything. Everything we have. Our own soldiers, American soldiers, are going out there and being forced to do things. Some of them want to do it, but quite a few of them don't, and a lot of people are dying, which is absolutely horrible. And for someone that did do like a short stint in the army, I definitely empathize with them. I know what they're going through, but guys, let's stay strong. Let's have hope. Um, we have to have hope. We have to look towards a positive future. Please practice all these things. This is my best advice that I can give to all of you. I really hope that you found it educational. I will put it up on my website as soon as I can. You can download it for free. Um, that's it for tonight. I guess I will see you guys on Friday with the next episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do the next episode about yet. I still want to do the Greek mythology and all that. I'll have time this week to work on that. I want to make it a big presentation and all that. But if I don't, I'll see you on the next episode or I'll see you in the next lifetime. Good night.